All right, Mon Mothma's coming to the game. Will she revive life into Wiggs and other rebels? Let's dive into it. So Mon Mothma's here, and it's quite an interesting kit. It's a character I've been expecting and wanting for a while. I actually did a video of the top 10 missing rebels, and Mon Mothma was number 2 on my list. She was actually number 1, but I felt if I left off Jedi Knight Luke, I would have lots of comments being, how could I have missed him? So she got bumped to number 2. But anyways, she's in the game. It makes a lot of sense as she was literally the leader of the rebellion. So let's dive into her kit a little bit and what teams are potentially going to work best with her. So right away, they recommend a team around Wedge, Chirrut, Pow, and Cara Dune. I'm most interested in Wedge. Wedge is my favorite character just from Star Wars in general. So I have Wedge at Gear 12. I also have Biggs relicked because of his ship. So I've been playing around with these characters forever, trying to find some sort of use for them today, but they're just so outdated. I haven't been able to do so. So this new character in Mon Mothma really gives me hope for a fun Rebels team with Wedge. And you know, whether it's Grand Arena or territory battles, hopefully it can do some damage. It's likely not going to be meta for obvious reasons, but let's see what's going to work best here. So Mon Mothma works with it creates a whole new tag, right? So she boosts Rebel Fighters, which is kind of interesting how they're separating Rebels up, but that's obviously because she can't be boosting the CLS Hans and Chewies, so she's obviously made for the lesser used rebels. So if we look at the list here that's available, Wedge is the first one that catches my eye because I have him. And Wedge, if we'll look at his kit in a second, his synergy is awesome with Biggs. So I think those two are automatics going to be in that Mon Mothma squad. And then from there, do you go full offense? Do you throw in a tank? I think this is going to depend on a lot of what people have sitting on their rosters. For me personally, if we hop into the game right here, so obviously I'd be looking at Wedge and I'd be looking at Biggs. I've been farming bays because my Wedge team, I'll try it in Grand Arena, but there's no buff to spell. So if I get stuck behind, like say a Bosk, I automatically lose the match because even though they do a lot of damage, they aren't quite, they can't quite get through Bosk or past his taunt, and they eventually just get picked apart because Wedge is, if you've used Wedge, he's a glass cannon, so he needs all the health and support and tanks around him to make him any bit of viable. So I would also be then, I'm looking at Scarif Rebel Pathfinder as potentially my tank since I don't have bays yet. I have Biston. I'm kind of interested in how Jin would work with this team. Or Cassian for that matter. I am farming Cara Dune now, but that's a ways away. So really, the core 3 I'm really interested in here is Wiggs with Mon Mothma. So if we take a look at Wedge's kit real quick, just if anyone's not familiar, his unique, Wedge has 12 plus offense and 9 plus speed for each ally with full health and 15 speed for each ally without. If Biggs is present, he also gains these bonuses. So just by having these two on the field, we're getting a 12% offense boost, not to mention the 9% speed. And now if we go to Biggs's kit, no, it's not his Adrenaline Rush, it's his special here. So deal physical damage, call out to assist. If Wedge is present, he also assists. And all attacks have 75 critical chance. So just from these two alone, you're getting the offense percent boost from Wedge, and then you're getting the critical chance from Biggs with Wedge call to assist with somebody else assisting as well. So now if we go back to Mon Mothma's actual kit, her leadership, so if you have all rebels at the beginning of the battle, you get 8% of their all combined, health, protection, offense, defense, potency, tenacity. So this offense is now on top of what Wedge is already given. And like I mentioned before, Wedge is a glass cannon, so he's going to have that much more survivability now with all this extra max health and protection added to him and defense. So it's making that team all that more viable. And then they have a 100% chance to assist to each other. So when you open with Biggs's if you've used the Wiggs team before, I joined the game after the Wiggs meta, but since I use them now, you'd likely open up with that Biggs special ability, and it does a ton of damage. So not only are you going to have Wedge and Biggs hitting hard, you're also going to be calling Old Rebels to assist as well on that attack. So it's definitely going to be, you could likely wipe out someone on the opposing team or after the first turn. So it's lots of potential here for like a really good offensive team. And then you're calling in obviously the Rebel Trooper function. Other videos have talked about their kit in depth. So his unique Rebel allies are getting 15% critical damage. So there's even more offense coming out of this kit, which is really, really exciting. It's really going to propel the Wiggs team up higher. And this is probably going to be a character that I'll personally farm, just because my interest in Rebels, and by farm I mean buying those crystal packs, not spending my own money of course, but spending my arena rewards on it anyways. And then like I mentioned before, the biggest problem with the Wedge team was there was no way to dispel buffs. So right here in our basic, you're dispelling buffs and recovering health and protection. So again, that's just going to make Wedge that much more sturdier, to keep him and Biggs together and that offense flowing. So lots and lots of great potential there. Let me know what you think in the comments. If you like the video, please subscribe, and I'll leave you with a little bit of Wiggs gameplay.